Back in our main segment here, the year 2021 in gaming, the Dosage podcast, episode 136, back with Cody, Justin, and Rob. How's it going?
Same.
You guys lack so much hype. Man, I'm bringing it.
Finish
You
your
guys
tacos yet?
Hey, well, that's why. Cody is
I'm
full.
saving them.
He is full.
I only had 4.
That's a lot.
Not full,
bro.
4. What?
4 tacos?
4? That's not a lot. What are you
That's
talking
not a
about?
lot. Could knock out a whole party pack. Come on now.
Hey,
Yeah, we get the
I'm
party pack in
maintaining
like
good shape.
eight, and
I
everybody
get
else
up
gets
at
the other
5 in the
4.
morning,
Like,
go to the gym every day. Right, Justin?
Uh-huh.
no, you don't.
No.
He does. You don't.
Hey, what the hell? You don't know my life.
Yes, I do.
Damn. It's
I
like
haven't
that.
done that since the pandemic started.
I haven't done that ever.
I didn't want to wear a mask to the gym. That's why I stopped going, and then I just haven't been back.
Hey, you're vaccinated,
I am vaccinated now.
so whatever. I don't know how all that works. I'm not a scientist. That's not what we're here either. Ladies and gentlemen, though, 2021 was a year of video gaming. A lot came out, good, bad, and ugly. Did you guys play any video games in 2021?
Yep.
Yes.
I think so.
We think so. Were you able to come up with, and normally we would come up with a top 10 list for these things. I've condensed it because Cody and I, when we were doing these together, we did almost, 20 years in like a month of episodes. We were just knocking these things out, man. We hustled in 2021.
The last day we did like 4 years, and it was long.
It was a long episode. So we've decided, and we learned that Cody and I could talk about top 10 lists for hours and hours and hours. And we did, as mentioned. So I've come up with a top 5, and I had more that could have made the list, to be honest. I always look back at these years, and even in 2021, I'm like, I didn't really play that much. I don't know if I can make 10 or even 5. And then I was like, okay, I played more than 5 games. I played more than 5 games I really liked. So I could come up with a list of at least 5. So for this, what are you guys' thoughts on going in a rotation and going down the list of our top 5, starting with 5, and then we'll wind down to 1, and then we can talk about some that didn't even make the list that probably could have.
I
don't know if I have 5.
I didn't make a top 5, but I'm looking at the list, and I could make a top 5 really quick.
Sure, however you want to do it. Justin, did you make a top 5, or do you just have some notables as well?
I just have some notables, to be honest, because I don't keep up with a ton of new games.
Okay,
So I'm just going to go over games that I enjoyed playing in 2021.
that's fair. However you guys want to approach it with this list, works for me. So who wants to kick us off talking about their year in gaming then in 2021?
I think you do.
Do I? Okay, I guess I'll do that.
Or I can. It's up to you, man, because I know you like going last.
It doesn't really matter to me. I can give my top 5 real quick, and then we can talk about just gaming in general, since I'm the only one that did a
Okay,
top
go.
5, which is fine. So my top 5 games, Returnal was one that I played a few streams on for DNA. Cody, you accompanied me for a couple of those. For those unfamiliar with Returnal, it's a roguelike shooter. I think it's exclusive for PS5. I'm fairly confident it didn't come out for anything else. But man, is this game difficult. I have a love-hate relationship with roguelikes because you have to be basically a masochist to get into these. For those unfamiliar, other examples of roguelike games or games like this, I'm trying to think. Dark Souls, not really a roguelike, but has the difficulty like this. Bloodborne, anything of that would be similar. Returnal basically is a looping story where every time you die, you go back to the beginning. Hades is a great example. Thank you, Trevor. That's another great example.
I have a top 5 now.
He is a top 5 now. So Rogue Legacy is another good one. So Trevor, you like these ones. But basically, you if you die, you start at the beginning. The idea is to progress farther enough in the story where you beat bosses, and those serve as checkpoints. And it's procedurally generated. So if you die, the level and layout from room to room is different. Weapon drops, everything is different. The end goal, the first segment, is a boss. That's always the constant at the end of that sequence. But throughout the journey to get there, there are different paths because it's procedurally generated. So it's different every time. And I found that really fascinating. Visually, it's stunning. It's a fun game. It's just, it pisses me off because you'll spend 40, 50 minutes on a run to get to the boss to get killed. And then you got to do it again with nothing. Those weapons that you got, all that stuff, nothing. So for those that don't have the time and only have maybe an hour or two a week even to play a game, I don't recommend this unless you really enjoy this style of game and you're really good at gaming. And I'm not really good at gaming, so it pisses me off. And there's no difficulty. The game just is.
Shocking. Something makes you angry.
What does?
And something. You said it makes you angry. I'm shocked that something made you angry.
Yeah, I'm easily agitated. I'm like a washing machine. Get it? The agitator.
Yeah, we understood what you were saying. It was just...
I'm just waiting for this. That's why I have Justin on these shows. His to just torment him constantly. It's been a mission. I'm good at it. Anyways, number 4, Persona 5 Strikers. If you're a fan of the Persona series and if you like games like Hyrule Warriors, Persona 5 Strikers plays out like that. And it still has the cool kind of anime story along with it. Highly recommend it. Number 3, this was kind of the, how do I put it? The surprise of the year, the surprise hit. That was Marvel's Guardians of the Galaxy. It ended up being an incredible story with fun gameplay and mechanics. And coming off the Avengers game, I didn't think this was going to be a really good game. But I am a fan of Guardians of the Galaxy. So I gave it a chance, and I'm glad I did. A lot of fun. Trevor predicted that Resident Evil Village was going to be my number 1 game of the year, and I said that all year long that was my favorite game of the year. And I ended up being wrong. I thoroughly enjoyed Resident Evil Village, but that's my number 2. There was only one game that I've put more hours in 2021 and still continue to put hours in weekly. I thoroughly...
2K19?
I do put in more hours than any other game into 2K19. You're not wrong with that. And Cody says Halo Infinite, and that is correct. Halo Infinite is my number 1 game for 2021. It was a surprise hit. The campaign was refreshing, the open world stuff. A lot of love to just the Halo franchise in general. And the only thing I request that they fix is, besides big team battle in Halo Infinite, the only thing I request that they even improve upon is I want more game types. I want more match types. I want more maps in general. I know we're for the long game with this. It's a new game. Generally, they don't have a lot of maps and content at a launch. But for the love of God, we have several Halo games. We have the Master Chief Collection. Give us all that into Halo Infinite. Give us all those maps. Give us those map types. Give us all that stuff. And yes, co-op campaign would be fantastic too, Trevor.
On that open world, yeah, that would be awesome.
So it's coming this year sometime. But that right there, it makes me give it like a 9 out of 10. It's a near perfect game. And Resident Evil Village, again, loved it. Absolutely loved it. But I am a Halo guy. I really am. And Halo Infinite knocked it out of the park. Like it's and the support shows it. People are over the moon for this game. And it's the shooter that we all wanted and needed. It's a break away from Call of Duty. It's a break away from Battlefield, which was broken at launch yet again. It's a break away from the Battle Royales like Apex and Fortnite. Obviously, those do their own things, but like it's something familiar but yet refreshing, and that's what Halo Infinite is for me. And that's why it's my number 1. I have a list of other ones that didn't make it, and those I'm sure will come up in conversation. So who would like to go next, though, to talk about their year?
I can go next.
Okay.
So I just did a quick jot of a top five. So at number 5, I had Call of Duty Vanguard. It's just another Call of Duty game. I mean, they're hit or miss. They've been very miss lately, but this one was actually pretty good when you take away the Warzone aspect of everything.
Yeah,
Um,
it is minus Warzone. Yes.
yeah. The number 4 spot is a game that I've been streaming a little bit on Facebook, Pokemon Diamond, Brilliant Diamond, that is. I mean, it's a remake of an older game. It's your classic Pokemon game on a Game Boy or a Switch or whatever you play it on. But it's great. The graphics are definitely they went up, and then with Shield and Sword they went super up. Then they kind of went back down for this and made it more. Uh, I don't know, not as drastic of. They didn't put a lot of time into the actual graphics that they did into the actual game itself and the story and making sure it's not glitchy or anything like that, which I liked.
Are you getting the new one this Friday, and do you plan to stream that?
Yes. Yes, I plan on streaming that as well.
Nice. I look forward to watching that.
Number 3 is a game that I've been playing a lot of recently with, well, right now I have a 4-person household with my wife and 2 kids, and we've been playing a lot of Mario Party Superstars a lot lately, which my 4-year-old daughter, which some of you know, Travis, you know, she picked up her first Mario Party win against us. We were actually trying. It's actually pretty impressive that a
Getting them
4-year-old
dubs.
girl.
Your time, man, TikTok, your time is coming up. These kids, I'm telling you.
She didn't win any mini games, but she landed on all those ally squares. She just kept moving. Number 2 is where I put Halo Infinite. It's a good game. I was really impressed by the open world campaign mode. Sometimes we have fun doing the multiplayer. Really just depends on the day and how we're playing. But my number 1 game is a game that you actually told me to play. I got addicted to this game really quick, and I beat it super fast. And I'm still playing it right now, doing all the side quests and everything like that. I kind of want 100% that game, which is Far Cry 6, which has been a great game. It's a great story, and the graphics are great. The gameplay mechanics feel really good and smooth. It's just a really good game in general. So Far Cry 6 is my number 1. I didn't play Resident Evil yet. And then there's It Takes Two was on the list, which I didn't play yet as well. There's some games on there that I plan on playing that I just didn't get to this year, that I will eventually get to. But just for right now, talking January 2022, talking about our year in gaming 2021, I'm looking at Call of Duty Vanguard, Pokemon Diamond, Mario Party Superstars, Halo Infinite, then Far Cry 6.
I mean, that's a long list, and most of those games are not short. I mean, specifically Halo Infinite's campaign. If you rush through it,
I'm still playing it.
Yeah, if you rush through it, you can beat it like 6 hours. But that map is big, and if you're collecting everything, you're probably going to put in 20, 25 hours into that campaign.
I mean, Far Cry 6 alone, I've probably put quite a few hours into that. I mean, I beat the main story to it, but
that map is huge.
Yeah, massive. And there's so much to do. There's so many side missions and so many things to unlock. You have hunts just like you have in like Assassin's Creed Valhalla, where you have the big game hunts and the big fishing hunts that you have to do. And you get special things by doing that stuff. So that's all stuff I still am planning on doing, because I'd like to 100% that game, because it was a really good game. But yeah, it's just you could easily put a couple hundred hours onto that game.
Well, I'm glad I recommended to, and shout out to Thunder for the host. Thank you for that. I remember messaging you because I had got it for, was it Christmas or my birthday? Because I'd seen a lot of positives on it, and the thing that sold me on it was how I pitched it to you. I said that you could get a pet companion crocodile in this game, and send him off to eat people for you. And I mean, you were obviously familiar with the series already, but
Yeah.
you summed it up as being one of those things that I forget how you worded it. Basically, that I just knew you so well that's just it was living out a fantasy of yours that you wanted a pet crocodile to eat your adversaries.
Yeah.
And that's morbid, twisted, and amazing. So I was like, why
I
not?
ended up getting rid of the crocodile pretty early in the game because they had a cougar. So it was.
Yeah, there's a
I had
bunch of different
cougar
things. There's a dog in like this
in
wheelchair.
a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay. I mean, there's so much you can do if you like shooters and just missions and just like weird chaos and destruction. Like this game is cool and a cool environment too. Like it's a fun place to explore and a lot of parkour elements
It's gorgeous.
too.
Yeah,
So-
it's a gorgeous game too.
Yeah, it really is.
But Rob, how that works is he doesn't fight. He just he finds treasure for you. He's different from the other ones. But he'll go around and he'll bark at spots, and then there'll be a present there that he digs up for you.
Did we lose Rob? What's going on, Rob? Are you still with us?
Yeah, Discord. Yeah, he's in the Discord video though.
Is he? He's like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
not for me.
yeah. Just on your feed, it's not reading him.
Huh. You might have to hop
He's here.
hop back in, Rob. Because, yeah, I can't hear
You want me to go
Can't-
next?
Yeah, while we figure out Rob, if you want to hop out, hop back in, if you can hear me. We'll have
Alright.
Justin go.
All right, it's number 5. I've got Mario Party Superstars.
Hey.
Yeah, so again, great throwbacks. Awesome, playing bumper balls again and, bringing it back to N64 days. So I really enjoyed that game, and my kids love it. And most of my games are going to be kid related, just a heads up. That most of the gaming that I do now is with my kids, which is cool because they're getting into it more. But my only complaint about Superstars is the lack of characters and unlockable content. Like with the first game for the Switch, there's a lot more things you can unlock and a lot more characters, a lot more checkpoints, a lot more things that you can do. Not that this is lacking minigames; it's still got plenty of minigames, but that's my one complaint is the lack of characters. For number 4, I've got Boomerang Fu. I don't know if you've heard of that before. It's a game for the Switch. It's like a $10 or $15 game, like an indie game, but basically you're just these various food items, and it's kind of a beat 'em up game where you start off on this map, and you have a boomerang that you can either hit people with or throw at people, and you go around the map kind of dashing. It's really simplistic, but you like dash, hit them with the boomerang either by throwing it or just meleeing, and then throughout the map there'll be different power-ups that you can grab that'll be like multi-boomerang or a fire boomerang or explosive boomerang, and you can do teams, you can do free-for-all. So I mean, not a ton to the game, but it's really fun family game, and a little bit of chaotic. So that one is my number 4. Number 3, again, this is just a game I played in 2021. I don't know if it actually came out in 2021. Power Washing Simulator. I don't know if you've played that before.
No, what?
That is available on Steam.
That sounds so therapeutic, though.
It's made by the same people that were playing it. So if the people that are here, anybody watched my stream last night on Facebook, I played Cooking Simulator. It's made by the same exact people, but yeah.
Power washing
it
simulator.
is. It's basically, you have a power washer and you... Yeah.
Is iRob talking? Because I don't hear him.
Yeah, he said that there's a lawnmower one.
We got to figure out iRob because it's not coming through on my side.
Yeah, it's just his. I don't know why.
But yeah, so you go around dealing with either like a filthy motorcycle or vehicle or house or a whole backyard or a playground, and you have a power washer that has different settings that you use to clean different areas. It's a oddly satisfying game. Number 2, we got Halo Infinite. again, great game. Really, no complaints. Very seamless. I like some of the stuff they got rid of from the old Halo games, or that they made as items that you have to get, like as far as like boosts and things. So I like that you kind of have to earn it a little bit more to get some of the perks that you may have had in some of the other Halo games. And for my number one, I've got Minecraft Dungeons. So again, that may have been 2020, maybe 2021, but something I've been playing with the kids a lot. It's just so customizable. That's why I really like it. It's a dungeon crawler game. Kind of reminds me of the old Gauntlet days.
Yeah.
Um,
Diablo.
and really, yeah, really fun game. And yeah, just so many different options as far as customizing your bow, your weapon, your armor, your pets, like all kinds of stuff that'll help you get through the game. So it's a great Minecraft expansion. That's really fun, and as you level up higher and higher, you get better and better stuff. And yeah, kids love it, and it's really fun to play.
Well, it's super accessible as a like gateway into dungeon crawlers for kids, and for anyone unsure if they'd like that genre. It's not as complex as a Diablo dungeon crawler,
Right.
But it's definitely one you could segue from into a Diablo-like game if you like that genre. So yeah, we have dungeons as well. I haven't had enough time to get my oldest to sit down and play yet, hopefully soon, but it was fun. And
It's fun.
the DLC and the additional content really helps flesh out that game for sure. Because when it launched,
Yeah.
it was pretty bare bones.
Yeah, I agree. We got the DLC with it. Haven't played through all of it yet, but yeah, good content. And I just like how it gets increasingly difficult as you level up, and it's not like you don't ever feel like you're done with the game.
Right.
They've like introduced daily missions and things, so
I was just going to
get
say
those-
that they have seasons and stuff now.
So yeah, it's a good one.
And I'm apparently the only one that can't hear iRob or see him. I don't know I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, he looks perfectly fine on ours.
So he may.
All right, Rob, number 5.
Rob, do you want to try like getting out of the
A
call
relay?
completely, closing the app, and then relaunching it?
He
He
did.
said
He did. That did not
yeah,
do
he
the
did
trick.
for sure.
Have you tried turning it
He's
off
done it one
and
more
turn
time.
it back on again?
He can hear you too. That's the weird part.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this has done it before with his connection. It's because he's on
Yeah, he-
Android. I don't know. You guys are all iPhone users, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, see? Even though Cody's on a computer right now, you're the only one on an iPhone.
It's honestly good quality for an iPhone. I wouldn't have guessed he was on an iPhone.
Really? Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty good quality.
It's those iPhones, man.
Yeah, he's back, but you can't.
Yeah, I still can't hear him. Well, crap.
Yeah. You have to back out and come back in.
Mhm.
Let's see if that works.
Did it before and we were just chatting once.
Yo,
It
that
works.
did something, but now it moved me over. Hold on. Whoop.
It moved everybody around on you, did it?
It did. That's fine, though. So let me do this too.
You gotta
just-
share your screen again too.
Oh, do I?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that's probably why it moved everybody around. And then
There you
it did
go.
that again. Gosh,
Oh, okay.
we're good. We're good. We're good.
Yeah, look at us.
And see, that's how you fix stuff on the fly. Welcome to a live broadcast by DNA.
And I am not on an iPhone. I would never have an iPhone. It's
I
an
know.
Android.
He said
I
that's
know.
the problem.
You see, that is the problem. That's fine. So iRob, you're our last one up.
Yay.
Save the best for last.
Everybody that wasn't Travis can now hear me again. So,
Yeah, nobody heard you.
well, not nobody. There was 2 people that could hear me.
Well, those.
We could hear and see him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
'Cause, yeah, I figured that out when those two were like laughing and like acknowledging something. I'm like, what are you guys laughing and acknowledging? I hear nothing.
So yeah, apparently my phone just doesn't like connecting with your stuff, Trav, and it's a thing. I don't know.
We're not compatible. Who knew?
Everybody, I thought. I don't know. Shocking. I didn't play that many new games this year,
No.
but I did have 3,
But
which I think fit. And one of them might not count because it was just the re-release of the Mass Effect games. Would be up there for me.
Technically, it's a
I
new
played-
release, so it counts.
I all 3 of them twice since that came out. Completely. I really like those. And then for me, just because I am kind of into the sports games, I had NHL 21, and with really funny one was MLB The Show, made by Sony, was released for Xbox.
Isn't that sweet booting up the game and you see PlayStation's logo come up on an Xbox?
And it was just, for me, like, baseball's not a huge sport for me, but the fact that there was actually a game that was a real baseball game I could play on an Xbox was cool, because it had been so long.
It's a pretty good baseball game, too. I even downloaded and played it for a little bit. It's pretty good.
Well, it was free. It was on Game Pass.
Right, which
It
helps
is. That's how
why
I got
I
it.
downloaded it and played it. I wasn't going to pay for that or pay extra money.
Going
for
back
that.
to the beginning of the show when we were talking about Game Pass.
See, it comes full circle.
Yep.
Look at that.
And maybe if we can figure it out, I'll start streaming some of my my NHL stuff for everybody. If that sounds like something cool for people.
Because he did get his Series X, by the way. He finally had it. It had been
I did.
sitting in my living
It
room in a
is set
box
up
for like
in-
3 weeks.
It's set up that we got back late that night, so the next day morning it was set up before anybody else was awake.
Man, see, if it was me, I would have set it up that night.
I'd get into chill with you.
There you go. There you go. Rated says he'll play NHL too. So there you go. NHL on the DNA channel? I think so.
I'm a fan.
Any honorable mentions? Any other games that you guys played in 2021 that you can think of?
Diablo 2.
Well, I know
Diablo 2,
it wasn't new, but I finally Avengers
Yeah.
because
game
it was
is
on Game
fun.
Pass, so I
Yeah.
downloaded it.
It's fun, even if it's a broken, like, mess.
Oh,
Microtransaction.
Pokemon Snap.
Yeah, that's all
I
right.
enjoyed Pokemon. Well, I liked the one back on the Nintendo 64, so this was really nice.
That one was good. This one was just it's a lot. It's fine.
One that I did just start playing, so I don't know if it counts, but I downloaded it and started playing at the end of December. Was it Yakuza Enter the Dragon?
Oh yeah, those are good games.
The newest one.
A lot of people like those.
I will say it's very cinematic, so there's a whole lot of just watching scenes playing out in between playing, which sometimes can be like you like just hitting the A button, like just get me back to playing something. But
Yeah. No, there's a lot of story to those, and if you're a fan, you are a fan of that series.
like it's cool, but at some point after like you're just like they're talking about the same stuff. Like
Yeah, and if you're not invested into that story and you just want action, probably not the best one for you.
it's fun.
I missed one that was really good that may actually crack my top 5 at number 5, which is Outriders. I streamed that for a little bit. If you remember that, you had a good time with that.
You did. That was like,
I forgot that came out this year.
I think a lot of people did because it was like a lot of noise and then nothing regarding that game. And I don't know why.
Cody, one that I always wanted to ask you, what was the game where you were like the funky little cartoon guys trying to throw each other off?
Gang
Gang
Beasts.
Beasts. Yeah, I love that game. I would love to have another fellowship night with Gang Beasts.
You should
I'm
do
down for
Fall
that.
Guys. Fall Guys is another one that's a lot of fun.
Fall Guys is a lot of fun too, but everybody needs a PC for that. It's only on PC.
No, I was playing it on PlayStation.
Oh, it's on PlayStation now?
Yeah, I have it. It was a
That's cool.
PlayStation
Is
Plus
Is
game.
it cross-platform?
That I don't know. It might be.
We can
But
test it out. I have it on Steam.
yeah, I have it on PS5. It was a free game. And we were playing that actually last weekend. Me, Lana, and Atticus were messing around with it. Incredibly addicting. If you like Wipeout, like the TV show, it's Fall Guys, basically.
But it'll piss you off more than any game.
It
on the
will.
face of the planet.
It will.
Yeah.
But that's what makes it fun. There are a couple other games that came out this year that are definitely like honorable mentions that I played a bunch of. Far Cry 6 was one you mentioned. You mentioned Mario Party Superstars. Both of you guys did. Metroid Dread. Nobody mentioned that. I don't know if any of you guys are Metroid fans. I know if Trevor's still here. Trevor is. I am. That was incredibly good. Here's one I highly recommend for you guys. Trevor says he mentioned it. I didn't see that. I'm sorry, Trevor. Here's one I recommend for you guys. If you guys like racing games, Hot Wheels Unleashed. That was another kind of like out of nowhere hit for me. I collected Hot Wheels as a kid. I think most of us did at some point, or at least had Hot Wheels cars at some point in our life. And it's a really good racer. Like it really is. They have season pass. They have a bunch of like unlockable cars, upgrades, and surprisingly, it was really good. It did really well review wise too. I think it got an 8 or 9 out of 10 across most sites, which is really good.
I found another game that came out in 2021 that I didn't think did. That was a good game. It was Crash Bandicoot 4.
Yep, I was getting to that. That was next. So yeah, Crash Bandicoot 4. If you like the Crash series, 4 is a fantastic sequel to the original trilogy, and just as difficult and frustrating. What else came out? I know this remaster trilogy got shit on. GTA, the 3, Vice City, and San Andreas. This did not go over well with fans. It was broken for a lot of people. Visually, wasn't remastered enough for some people. And I'll be honest with you, I've had a lot of fun with the game, regardless of all the negative feedback on it. I just am happy to have it on a modern console, so I don't have to hook up a retro system to play classic GTA. For one, they're dated games. They're not going to hold up to the standard that is GTA 5, which is now 10 plus years old, by the way. But it plays fine. Like, it wasn't a broken mess for me, like everyone said. Maybe I got lucky, but I didn't expect the quality of a modern day game on a remaster port of games that are 15, 20 years old. So I didn't go in with
One of those that we talked about that I started because I didn't find Mass Effect really until recently. Andromeda for me is actually good. But you said you played it when it was broken and sucked.
Well, yeah, I was clipping through the environment. It's hard to like a game when you're falling through the ground and then you clip through walls.
Yeah, so I didn't play it until everything was fixed. So for me, the game was fun and like I liked it.
Yeah,
because I didn't have any crazy glitchy stuff happening.
Yeah, G4 came back in 2021, and they recently did a bunch of reviews for games they missed during their time not on TV. And Andromeda was one that they gave a 3 out of 5. And during the review, they said, were we too harsh on it at launch? And they said the fixes did help it. But no, at launch, it was a terrible game. It was a broken mess, and they should be ashamed of themselves for letting that into the wild. So,
did you enjoy Mario Golf Super Rush? Because I know we talked about streaming that at one point, but we never came back around to it.
So Mario Golf, it's a fun game, and the rush mode that they introduced would be better with multiplayer instead of against the computer. It's definitely a party game, but it's the weakest out of the sports titles from Mario thus far on the Switch, I think. It's fun, but it's no Hot Shots Golf, if you know what I mean. Like those
Outlaw Golf.
Or Outlaw Golf. Those are the better golf games in my opinion. It's still fun though. It's still Mario, and it would be better with a group of people playing. Or if you're able to play online, like that would be better. But no, that did not make my standout. The only Mario game that made my standout was the port of, well, besides Superstars, would be the port of 3D World and Bowser's Fury, because Bowser's Fury was new. It was new content for the port from the Wii U to the Switch. And if you haven't played 3D World because you didn't get a Wii U, you are missing out. You truly need to play 3D World and get it on the Switch. I highly recommend that one. It didn't make my top 5 because, again, it was a port. So, Pac-Man 99 is fun. What else was on my list? And Bravely Default 2. If you like JRPGs, that was a really good one. That was really it, though, for major standouts. I mean, Hundreds of games came out in 2021. Most of it, well, hell, all four of us are married. All four of us have more than one child. All four of us have jobs that require a good chunk of our time. And I think we can all agree that there is not enough time to play video games like there used to be. So we have to be very selective of our time.
I can tell you right now, I get like 2 mornings a week. That's what I got.
I get the evening when people go to sleep.
Right, and you're sacrificing sleep so you can game. So it's like you pick and choose. And out of all of us, Cody, you can recover, I think, a little bit better with a lack of sleep.
Yeah, being, almost 28, I got the age on my side a little bit.
Right. It'll catch up to you. So, I mean,
You can sleep when you're dead. It's fine.
the three of us, me, Rob, and Justin, I mean, we would have, when Halo 3 was the big game, right? We would have late night sessions and obsess. And, I mean, we probably put weeks and weeks and weeks into that game as far as cumulative hours played. But that's, again, before that wedding ring, before the kids, before any real significant responsibilities other than paying rent, and just getting that.
Wasn't that when we were both like doing the second shift at the gas station gig so we could stay up late as we wanted anyway?
Yeah. Yeah, it didn't matter. That would be getting out at 10 or 11, heading to Walmart, getting some snacks, and then gaming till 5 a.m.
Back when Walmart was open that late?
Yep. It's a long time ago. But so, yeah, basically in conclusion, 2020 gaming, we have to be more selective. We want to play good games. We don't want to waste our time on crappy ones. And there were a lot of crappy ones. But thankfully, even during a pandemic, which is incredibly important to have entertainment at our fingertips, we are still being given good games. There is a lot to play and not enough time to play them all. And I, for one, I'm thankful for that. I'm glad we had some just amazing experiences and then we can connect online in these gaming sessions and get lost together and then come here and have shows like this and talk about them. So really that's what the Dosage and all this was started as, to give a throwback to these gaming sessions that we grew up playing games together with. That's what birthed the Weekly Dosage so many years ago. And that's why it was important to me to bring all these interests that we all each are experts on into one show called The Dosage every month. So coming full circle. Experts, yes. So coming full circle, this is our 136th episode of The Dosage. We'll be continuing this monthly on no specific day of the week, just when we can. We'll let you know in advance. And with that, Rob, you'll be planning our next video game movie. Cody, you'll be planning our next retro pay-per-view. Justin, you'll be planning our next album, whether it be new or retro, completely up to you. You guys are in control of your topics, and I will come up with a topic related to gaming of some sort. I already have in mind in February a topic. Since February, we all know, as Valentine's Day, I was considering either doing something of love stories, so great love stories in gaming, or we could also do a combination of great love stories and representation in gaming. We know February is also Black History Month, so I want to talk about representation in gaming as well. Those are kind of two things I'm tossing around. We could do both too, as a dual main topic in gaming. So more on that to come as we start to plot that out in February. But I think
there isn't enough beards in gaming.
No, I don't mean that kind of representation. Jesus. Anyways, Valentine's Day Massacres is Batman. That could be a good one to review for the wrestling one. Dating simulators. I'm sure there's a bunch. Isn't there a boyfriend simulator? Isn't that a game? But we'll talk. We'll unveil the day that we're going to do it in advance so you guys can all be here with us. And
does Leisure Suit Larry count as a Valentine's game?
I don't know, maybe. Any last thoughts though? Anything you guys want to share, say, or anything exciting happening?
If the people want to hop over to Facebook, I'll stream the cooking simulator until midnight.
There you go. Facebook Live. Head on over. If you don't follow Dose of Nerd Acumen, facebook.com/Dose of Nerd Acumen. That is our page. Like, follow, and then check out live streams like the one he's doing immediately following this show. Justin, anything exciting?
I'm just hoping Arceus doesn't suck. I mean, that's my biggest concern. The graphics look terrible. I like the concept, but I'm just worried.
I would be worried too,
I've heard
because
some bad reviews.
as I'm saying, we've seen minimal gameplay.
Very minimal. I think tomorrow at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. is the point where people can start uploading videos about it.
Right, 2 days before the launch. That's like
Concerning.
very concerning. And I've heard there's no like true battling. You're just like chucking Pokeballs at them.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Cody's going to be live streaming that one, so that'd be a great way to judge whether it's good or not. So I hope it's good too, because honestly, I want a change in Pokemon. I want them to evolve, pun intended. But at the same time, sometimes risks don't mean reward. But we'll see. Hopefully it's good. We hope for the best. And iRob, say it again.
It's like grab it at Walmart.
Right. You get that $10 off. So
yep.
Not bad. iRob.
Kind of leaning in for more stuff with the channel. I follow the Smack Talks guy on the YouTubes, and seems like 2K22, they're hyping it up like it's going to be a fix. So I'm really hoping for us, for what we're going to be doing, that it actually is not a dumpster fire.
They had 3 years, so it better not be.
Man, the future of what I do on Thursday nights relies on that being a good game. So
that's the biggest one for gaming, anyways. Just they're putting out a lot of stuff that making it look like it should be okay, and I'm just hoping that it is.
If not, we got that AEW game, so we'll see. But again, that's where my future is hopeful for. Where you can find me every Thursday night is right here on the DNA Twitch, holding down NAW with so many of our viewers here tonight and so many others. We're approaching quickly our 500th episode in 2 months, which is mind-blowing. And, of course, this Thursday, Cody, the Royal Rumble is your event that you've put together for us. So tune in for that Thursday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, the Royal Rumble pay-per-view brought to you by Cody. But that is all I have for you guys. I want to thank the 3 hosts.
I want to punch it in. Thanks for letting me come in and help with some of the music stuff, because actually I'm in big on that. So it's kind of fun to get to throw some opinions in on some of that with you too. So.
See, I didn't know he liked music. This is a revelation tonight. This is amazing.
You just don't pay attention to anything that I ever talk about then. So that's fine.
I don't pay attention to anybody. Let's be real. That's my MO. This is my world. I'm just kidding. I love you guys.
Just a squirrel trying to get a nut? What?
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Dosage Podcast, episode 136. If you want to keep up to date with us, follow us on social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We have a TikTok. That's right. We're on Discord. Of course, Facebook, YouTube is where we archive everything. If you like these podcasts, check out more on Apple, Google, Spotify, and so many more. Again, this is Dose of Nerd Acumen. We are the nerds of everything, not just wrestling, the nerds of music, the nerds of wrestling, the nerds of just media. We are the nerds. Thank you, guys.
And
Thank
we still kept it real.
We did keep it real. We didn't say our slogan tonight first. But thank you guys for tuning in, everybody, for the donations. Incredible shout-outs to everyone here in chat, and for those listening back on our exports or reruns. We will see you on the next episode, and everybody, take care until then. Good night.